Hey there, welcome back to Emotional Mojo. So it is summertime, and along with fun in the sun, this can also set you up for some awkward situations. So here to help you get through them without getting burned is our etiquette expert, Maralee McKee, the manners mentor. Welcome back, Maralee.
Thank you, Michelle.
We're so happy to have you.
Always a joy.
Well, it's interesting because we were talking, and as an etiquette expert, you were saying you get lots of questions from people for this time of year.
Yes.
So we took a few of your top questions, and we're going to try and solve them. And the first one is with summer weddings. So specifically, you had a question from Ava G, and it said, a good friend of mine from college has invited me to be a bridesmaid. She was in my wedding 8 years ago, but she now lives on the other side of the country. I've only seen her once since my wedding, so how can I tell her no without hurting her feelings, or do I owe it to her to be in her wedding since she was in mine? I think this is something a lot of people can relate to as time passes.
Absolutely.
You know, what do you do if you want to say no to an invite?
Well, let me tell you, after 8 years, you can say no to an invite. I think if she were to ask the lady, the bride-to-be, the bride-to-be is only asking her because she feels an obligation. She's probably going to be happy.
She might be letting her off like,
yes, she's probably going to be very happy to get that telephone call. Now, one thing that you want to do is this bride wants to feel validated. Right. She wants that her friend from college to understand, no, this wedding is important to me. Yeah. Your friendship is still important to me, even though we might be separated by time and distance.
Yeah.
So validate her, call her up, tell her how excited you are, ask everything about the wedding, but then also explain to her in which direction your life is going right now, that there are costs involved.
She has 2 small kids.
In the letter, she said she has 2 small children, so she's either going to have to tote them across the nation with her husband. She's going to have to find somebody to be with them.
There's airfare,
hotel, the dress, all the parties. For someone that's not in your life currently, and I personally believe that at weddings, this isn't a time to repay. This is a time for now and going forward. Who's going to be in your life?
And quickly, on the same note here, what about presents? Let's say, because a lot of people have several showers leading up to their wedding. Do you have to get a gift for every single one of those occasions?
No. I will say this. You do not have to get a gift for every shower that you attend. You can either take the total money, divide it, or you can buy one gift. And what would be nice is if the person, the bride-to-be, were to say, oh, Michelle gave me this incredible espresso maker at the shower that my sister-in-law threw. But you can just be there the second time. However, a wedding gift, if you go to the wedding and they give a shower gift, you need to give a wedding gift. A wedding gift is different than a shower gift.
What about grilling etiquette? Believe it or not, there is grilling etiquette. Jessica M says she was at a friend's summer cookout. The homeowner was grilling. He walked away, and my husband noticed that the grill wasn't being watched, so he went over and started helping out. Our friend seemed annoyed and told my husband that he would handle it from here. Was he being rude? He seemed more angry than thankful. What is grilling etiquette?
I know.
You are cooking. I guess you wouldn't go in the kitchen when somebody's cooking without asking if they needed help.
That's a good point. That's exactly right. And because that oven happened to be outside instead of inside, the same rules apply. I mean, what if I went into your kitchen and just all of a sudden opened your pot lid and said, I don't like the way Michelle's doing this. Let me taste this. And so what the friend could have done is he could have said, hey, Charlie, I noticed that the burgers are kind of going from, well done to petrified here. do you want me to take over?
So
or
just ask.
Just ask.
All right.
Give a little
communication. We always say that.
Hey, so being summertime, kids are out of school, so somebody's got to be watching them. What if it's your friend? Heather V had a question. She said, we don't have a pool, but our next door neighbor does. Our kids play together all year. They're best friends, but now that it's summer, they just about live next door because the kids want to swim all day. They end up eating lunch there most days, and I feel like I should repay my neighbor somehow for her kindness. I'd appreciate any ideas you might have. You have any tips for her?
These are so good.
This is a good one.
I know. Absolutely, positively. In fact, that was me growing up. Our neighbor had a pool and we didn't. And I did. I lived there every summer. So what the mom without the pool can do is she can say, I know you're feeding them lunch most days. Let me bring it over today and on Friday. Also, let me take them for ice cream at such and such a time, or let me take them to the movies on Tuesday. She needs to go ahead and plan some some non-pool activities.
Have it laid out. Don't just go and ask.
Don't go and ask, oh, what can I do? Because the mom's going to say, no, I'm fine.
So let me ask, this is what I would do. Tell me if I'm correct. I would buy a gift card to the local grocery store for like $100 or something and say, I so appreciate what you've done with all the lunches. Here's a little bit of repayment for all the food you've bought.
Oh, that is kind.
Okay?
Absolutely, that's kind, but also doing something.
Doing something.
Because
so it's not just about the expense, it's about the time.
It's about the time
she's watching
and the love and the effort, and you want to repay some of that. And also, she's got her kids plus your kids, and you're over there watching television or reading a magazine or something.
Maybe take a little bit of the effort.
Take a little bit of it back.
All right, Maralee, thank you for the advice. You guys can always send your questions, and we will pass them along. You can go to the Emotional Mojo Facebook page for that. We're going to play Yes or No Celebrity Edition. We're going to have you sit in because I feel like these people can learn some etiquette. So get your opinion on these. So it's Celebrity Edition, like I said. We start with Rob Ford, the musical. Yeah, it's a thing now. The Birth of a Ford Nation opens in Toronto in September, and the bill touts the show as the gravy train meets the crazy train. And the production team is now casting for the role of the controversial lead character. The only requirements, comedic ability and strong singing voice. So clearly it's going to be a spoof, as that embattled mayor is the butt of many jokes and viral videos, like this one, for instance.
Ford, it's a fact. I smoke crack. I don't recall. I want to be high and smoke now. And I want to smoke 1,000 pounds. The city has the best crack.
So a lot of people making light of this. So here's the question. Do you think this play is in bad taste, considering Rob is clearly battling demons?
Ooh.
I gotta say.
So that's at the top of bad taste. This
one thing
man
to
is
just
an
make
addict.
fun.
It's a serious problem.
Well, a lot of people would argue he's so far out there and he has no problem joking about it, so why can't we for other people's entertainment? I don't agree with that, but I'm just, that's the argument.
That's true. But it's his disease that's causing him to do that.
Yeah. All right, next up, a petition to comb Blue Ivy's hair. Yeah, a woman started a petition on change.org begging Beyonce and Jay-Z to, quote, properly care for Blue's hair. In these photos, she says it's developing matted dreads and lint balls. Well, now that the story has gone viral, the woman claims it was all a joke, but more than 3,500 people have signed this petition. Clearly, we know she's out of line, but here's the question. Should social media users be banned from ridiculing children?
Absolutely. I mean, this is not, ooh.
Yes.
It's not just about Beyonce. It's about a child whose feelings are
Don't ridicule the children, yes, but people, and I'm guilty of this too, we put our kids all over social media. So you're kind of opening the floodgates there for people to comment on your children. So I'm not saying what she's doing is right.
Yeah.
But,
I'm saying what she's doing is wrong, but also the parent put the child up, and you've got to realize that in this day and age, people are vicious behind those screens.
Yeah. Right.
So I think the parents have some responsibility too. But morally, should you ever say anything about a child? No, especially a child. No.
All right, let's end on a fun summer fashion note. Yes or no to the seriously distressed jeans for summer? Here's the photo. Khloe Kardashian has been rocking them, as has Kim as well. So, is this a fashionable way to show some leg while still covering up the booty? Those are hideous. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Terrible. Sometimes I'm like, that's a lot, but those are hideous.
Yeah,
they're terrible.
You gonna pay money for that?
Oh, I know. Big money. Big money. What, is there any fashion trend you guys kind of like for summer right now?
Shorts.
The short shorts.
Over 90 degrees.
Yeah. Thank you again, Maralee, for joining us. I really appreciate that. And you guys don't go anywhere. You're watching Emotional Mojo. We will be right back.
Good to see you.